Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So tonight I am making a quick and easy meal that we call bangers and beans, and it's made from Pantry staples. So it's quick, easy, and cheap. So if you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of time, this could be a really great recipe for you. And you can tweak it to make it whatever you want. You can use any kind of meat. We're using hot dogs. So here is everything I'm going to be using. I have my rice here soaking. I am making an extra bit of rice because I like leftover rice to make fried rice the next day. I have my hot dogs, which I have onions and peppers in, which I canned. It's not our favorite, so we want to use them up. I have some homemade baked beans. This also has ham in it, so I mean, you don't have to use the hot dogs, but we are. And I'm gonna stretch it with my pasta sauce, and I actually need another can of beans, which I didn't get, but I will. So this is going to be our dinner tonight. So the first thing I'm going to put on is the rice, because that's going to take the longest to cook. So I put my rice on, and about halfway through cooking my rice, I'm going to make the gravy, the bangers, whatever you want to call this part of the meal. So in another pot, I'm going to put my beans. Now these are already cooked. So basically I'm just warming this portion of this meal up. And I mean, if you want to do a veg on the side of this, you can. And that will stretch it even further. So as I'm putting this jar of beans in here, I can see, and I knew that it wasn't enough, but I didn't go back and get the second jar until later. But I'm going to stretch this jar of beans with my pasta sauce, and I make sure I get all my seasonings and stuff out of my jars, because that's where all the flavor is. Sometimes it settles to the bottom and you just want to get all of that out. So I'm putting in my pasta sauce, and that's going to help stretch this meal as well, make a gravy for to go over the rice. And I have, of course, my spices, my normal spices, onion, garlic, no salt seasoning, and I did do a little bit of pepper in here as well. So I went back to my grocery store, which is my cold room, which is my pantry downstairs, and I got another thing of beans. As you can see, I'm putting in my second jar of beans, and this will be more than enough for dinner tonight. And I don't know why I didn't bring two up, because I knew one wasn't going to be enough. But now that my beans are done, as you can see, it's nicely warmed through, and that's all it takes. I'm going to add my meat in. I'm not going to use all of this. I'm probably going to use half of it, and then the other half, maybe a little more than half, because there's already meat in the beans and I'm just adding some extra meat. I'm going to make sort of like a potted meat to go into sandwiches, because we brown bake it for lunch, and that's what I'm going to do with the rest of these hot dogs that I have left over in this jar. I'm going to make sort of like a pate. So this is what it looks like. This is the rice on the bottom and the beans on the top, and this is how we make a quick, easy, and cheap meal from my pantry staples. And you can switch this up whatever way you want. You can use a different meat than I use. You can make vegetables on the side. You can do different beans. These are actually pinto beans that I use. You can use red beans. You can use whatever kind of beans you like. So this is what we call bangers and beans, a quick, easy, and cheap meal from pantry staples that you can make in these hard times. Hopefully you try them. So I just want to show you I used up the rest of those hot dogs to make a potted meat for some sandwiches. This will probably make another sandwich. I've already made two out of it. So I just put in some seasonings, some mayonnaise, and some mustard, mashed it all up, and I put it between two slices of bread. And I just want to show you, this is the last jar of mayonnaise I have in my house. And do you see the expiration or best by date on it? Yeah, it's almost a year old. Actually, no, it's more than a year old. Today is it's after the 2nd. So this is a year past its best by date, and it smells fine, tastes fine, is fine. We've been eating out of it for a little bit. I'm almost scared to buy stuff. I really am. I keep saying that in my videos, but with all the recalls and everything going on, it's like in the back of my mind, I'm like, can I still stretch what I already have in my house? Because I know that's good, because none of that's been recalled. And everything since then has recalls left, right, and center every single day. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what this, I call potted meat, or pate I called it, looks like when you mash all those up, and it tastes pretty good. And I will be putting this between 2 slices of bread and making another sandwich out of it. So stretch what you have. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. And remember, stay safe and keep prepping.